Do you want to become a game developer? Well, according to my LinkedIn profile, I have 6+ years of experience, and so I can teach you a thing or two about game development. But to do that, we have to create a tier list to look back on my old games and see what they can show us about becoming a game developer and being legit. Let's get started. This here is our tier list. At the top, you have Game of the Years, reserved for the best of the best. You cannot go wrong with any of these. Next tier, A tier, or should I say triple A tier. We all know that every single AAA game that comes out is an absolute masterpiece. Perfect, you can't go wrong with them. B tier, indie game. Thumbs up. Amogus. C tier, cool math game Relegates. D tier, decisions. Major life decisions. If you're not starting out, you should have a talk with yourself whether you should continue on this path. F tier, your game was so bad that it became ironically good. You have a special talent. Everyone has their origin story. Mine started in 2014.
Run, Jump, and Go, a game I created, being Iconic
Classic, great graphics, entirely made in C++, and a custom collision calculator system. I think this is an obvious B tier. Do you remember the game Flappy Bird? If you don't, you're too young to be watching this video. Get off, go, shoot. Now if you're not, you might remember this game right here, called Touch of Color, or Color Touch, either way, interchangeable. I couldn't decide on names at all. But the game was far better than As you can see, unique gameplay, unequivocal colors, contrast, everything. The whole art style was really ahead of its time, and I think it's a game that you guys should all download if it was still available on the Play Store and I have lost the APKs of those files. First indie game, custom BGM menu, and it was published for a short amount of time. It was a great game overall, if you're fine with C tier type of games. The key aspect of these first two video games is that they used game engines. But what if we were to create those game engines ourselves? Results? I peaked. Space shooter. Pain to develop. Making a game engine from scratch was really difficult, but thanks to the Matrix, he made it a lot easier for me. As an experience, it deserved an A tier. How good was the game? Yeah, it was a D tier, so balancing out, that's about a C. Now those spaceships were beautiful, but how did I learn to make those amazing models? Well, it's obviously through my Blender experience, so let's go check out a couple more.
Approved! Approved! I don't know. I don't know. No. It's now illegal. Approved! Approved!
Blender is hard, and 3D modeling is hard, so me making Steve was an impressive feat that I never would have thought I'd be able to accomplish. However, making the car was another feat entirely. Overall, B tier. Back in the day, I created a lot of car games. Each racing game taught me something different. V1 was a chance to actually try out the physics. V2 was a chance to try out adding sound to a vehicle. V3 gave me the opportunity to add AI to the vehicles. AI kind of sucked, but B, C, and A tier respectively. Are you tired of game developers always complaining how long it takes to make a video game, asking for extensions and delays and all that sort of stuff? Well, we came here to fix that. And we did that by forcing a game developer to create a new game every 24 hours. Already, we have amazing new games for you to play, such as Escape from Power. Or Pixel Plane. Music to my ears. So just for $24 every week, you get to play 7 new games. These games are actually available to try free on favaz.strawberry.h.io right now. Our motto is, if you won't run them into the ground, we will for you. Ever heard of a game jam called Let 'em Dar, Let 'em Dare, Let 'em blah blah? However it's pronounced. It's a chance to create a game in 48 hours. Solo, alone, with your own custom everything. Well, I procrastinated and made these games in 24 instead. D tier and F tier, respectively. Especially the second one, F tier. F tier, not even the good ironic F tier. This is the just bad F tier. Just terrible F tier. Who thought this was a good idea to completely cover the screen? Somehow I did. Do you remember way back, like a couple minutes ago, where we talked about the game engine that I created? Well, what if we were to create a graphics engine with ray tracing? Let's check it out. It'll take us a couple seconds, but don't worry. It'll get there. Now, during university, there was one class that made a difference amongst all the other classes, and that was my game development class. Teacher did not teach us anything, but he gave us a lot of different projects to work on, such as the VR Exploratory Museum. Okay, give me a break. Showing VR on a blinded tiny little phone screen that you're watching this on is not cutting it. C tier.
And actually, we are all here because of this next game. Because about a year ago, I had the idea to do this showcase, and I went to this gentleman and I said, hey, instead of having to do a demo every hour, all 3 days of E3, what if I figured out a way for you to do just one demo?
Due to our failure of the 24 for 24 subscription package model, we've had to shift our focus to a new style of developing games. And with that is our brand new release with this new format, Battleship 2.0. This game is not like regular Battleship. No. This is a real-life MMO RPG FPS indie simulator title, AAA and indie in the same sentence. That's right. And this game is not only coming to PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Sega Genesis, Atari, Nintendo 64, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo GameCube. But it's not for Windows, except this stuff. yeah, this game was never actually made, which is a like, nice little presentation. F tier. Ironically funny. I'm gonna do that thing. It's like. But that wasn't the only game that we did. We also made a V4 of the racing game series. The V4 of the racing game series actually implemented ML, which actually came from an earlier game, V3.5. However, I made this V4 version way too difficult because the civics were absolute tanks. A tier though, the vibe is good. And Tesla Roadster. Ray traced. Ray tracing was actually pretty fun, and I have to say, for the challenge, B tier. My greatest game though, and my greatest achievement, was taking that AI and putting it up there.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses deviations.
I'm back. Wait. Promise, this time it's actually legit. It's a new game called Sidetrack. This game is full of awesome features such as jumps, crashing into cars, police, ramming into things, skins. It has everything you could ever want, and it's actually available on Google Play Store if you go ahead and try to download it. It's not available for Apple products. There's an add-on bottom border getting an Apple Mac and whatever, and trying to import it in and paying $1 million to put it in the App Store and getting all of them taken away just because Apple. A tier.